Bresaola, the cured meat that looks like a giant... Richard, come here! Say hello to the guests!
Hey guys, welcome. I'm Richard.
As much as I respect traditions, very few of us has access to a cow's appendix, which is what is used traditionally. I prefer a little bit of a simpler approach. Yes, it's not the prehistoric method, but allora, who the f cares? None of us have time or money to waste. And if you do have time or money to waste, send it to me. There's actually a link down in the description. Yeah, shit you not. If you watched my biltong video, which you should if you haven't, then you'll know that we make next level cured meats in this house. So, without using Mumu's appendix, or your own appendix, for that matter, let's cure this thing, boys. Ingredients are straightforward, and this is my personal selection. Traditional differs a bit. To start, we need a piece of beef. Eye of round is the go-to cut. Located somewhere in the enormous arse of the cow. Sometimes it'll have some fat and connective tissue on it, but we're gonna trim this puppy up. As with all curing, use non-iodized coarse sea salt. Here we have some fennel seeds, finocchio in Italian, like Pinocchio, the lying little wooden boy. Chili flakes for those that like doing handstands in the shower, garlic, fresh and unshaven retro style. None of that lazy ass pre-chopped nasty stuff, please. Cloves, like the spice you use for studding a ham on Christmas. Peppercorns, any color will do. Herbs, we have bay leaves, fresh or dry does the job both. Rosemary, fresh is best. Same goes for thyme. Citrus, in the form of lemon and orange, we only need the zest. What is that, the arse or the belly button? Let me know your thoughts. And that's it, almost. Let's not forget the all-important dry red wine. Let's start by trimming up the meat. Follow the fat and connective tissue and remove all of it, working your way around the outside, like two trailer park girls. Once your meat is trimmed up, it should look like the name of the cut, thick, with an eye, and a round. After some simple massage, we are off to a happy ending. Dry rub time. Use a suitable sized container, plastic or non-reactive metal, unless you want to wake up with an extra appendix. 3% salt to the weight of the meat goes in, followed by the herbs, ripped off the stalks roughly, and the bay leaves, bruised or torn up. In with the chili, in with the clove, next the zest, followed by the fennel seeds, black peppercorns and grated or minced fresh garlic. Hope you realize the order of these ingredients don't matter. Mix it all up, smell it, now that's how you want to smell for a date. In goes that thing. Mix your meat well with a dry cure and cover with plastic wrap, before moving to the fridge. Turning the meat every day for 4 days. On the 5th day, when God created planes and submarines, you add the wine, the whole bottle. Soak the meat good on all sides. Cover it up again with the same plastic, don't waste, and put it back in the frigo for 5 days, turning every day to make sure it marinates evenly. On the 6th day, when you, me, your mother-in-law and the cow fell from the sky, you remove the meat from the marinade, but don't wash it off. Simply wipe off the bits, then dry it on paper towel, or your wife's favorite kitchen cloth. You decide what's more important, your marriage or the planet. Kinda looks good as is already, doesn't it? The meat should now be dark in color and smell pretty seductive. We cure this a bit different to the normal method of hanging in a cow bung. We wrap the meat in breathable muslin cloth. Tie it up well, and don't attempt to do this with butcher's knots and so on. You'll end up getting tangled and tied up. And the missus will get the wrong idea when she walks in on you. Just simple, tight knots all along the length and ends of the meat. Finally, we need to weigh the meat before it cures. This is how we monitor the moisture loss. The aim is 30 to 40% when done. And to make it less risky and easy for home cooks, we will dry it in the fridge. Say goodbye to it for another 5 days and then remove the cloth. Hang it back in the fridge for about 6 to 8 weeks. If all goes well, some delicious white chalky mold may grow on it. If any other mold grows, then wipe it off with vinegar and continue drying. By now, the traditionalists will start blowing steam out their ears and turn red, and the 50-year-old keyboard jockeys living with their mums will be going for it, no doubt. But fuck 'em. I assure you the proof is in the pudding. Huh? What you say now, son? Not traditional, but man, it good. Smell it. Go on, smell it. It should smell really good. If it doesn't, you fucked it up. That was intense. I need a drink. That stuff is legit. You want some? Richard! Slice a few pieces for my mates over here. Oh, thanks, Now go back to your cupboard, okay? There you go, buddy. Help yourself.